Hello, how are you? Welcome to Igbo Queer and Unfiltered. My name is Charles Okeke. I know you are doing well. Hope you are good. I hope you've had a good week. I did, despite the fact that there's a lot of Higi and Haga happening. We did what we do. I had a fabulous week. And at the same time, I had a lot of these homophobic people who discover me every fucking day and think that God is their father, that they are related to God, and they want to send me to hell. Okay, I know that they exist, and they exist somewhere in their head where they think that they are better than queer people, and they are going to tell us what to do all the fucking time. I have been asking myself so many questions. I do, like I do all the time. And I keep yapping because at this point in time, it looks like I'm a professional yapper and I talk and talk and talk and talk nonstop. But one thing I've realized recently, I know this anyway, but it's kind of like really, really clear to me that we need to unlearn a lot of the fear and a lot of things that we've been taught. We need to unlearn them. I went on TikTok Live and we're talking about things. I just was like, this is what I'm saying. A lot of the people who tend to be homophobic, queerphobic, and transphobic, and things like this come from a place of that religion told them that it is absolutely wrong. And I was saying to some of these people during this live stream, I said, that look at some of your pastors. If heaven and hell does exist, like they say, a lot of them will forfeit a lot of the luxury that they enjoy, like all their private jets, all their Gucci outfits, all their designer outfits, and things like this, because what they will be doing is suffer here because why not? Eternity is going to be rewarding, right? But they don't, which means that there's nothing like that. I am of the belief that heaven and hell is a mindset. If you think you live in hell, you are in hell. And majority of us, literally, because of the way the world is now, everything is Higgy and Haga, cost of living, children are suffering, well in places and fights and everything and scarcity and hardship. That is literal hell. It is literally hell. So I do not understand why I will be on this realm and I will not be enjoying myself on this realm and I'll be thinking of eternity. For what? For what? Exactly. Because it does not make any sense that the world we live in right now, we should be working towards making this world better and making things better for everybody. But you are here telling me that God will punish me, that God will punish me. May God punish you for me. And a lot of these people think that they are religious people. I have said this so many times, and a lot of you know this anyway. The problem we have in Africa is religion. Because a lot of people don't even understand their culture anymore. They'll be like, oh, our culture does not accept this, but what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? I sit there, I look at them, I listen to some of these people who are suffering mentally and otherwise and emotionally. And I'm not trying to be shameful here or shame anybody, but I just feel like some of these people need help. And then what really, really makes this sad actually as well is that constantly in my inbox, I get some of these people who are constantly asking me for money. Where am I going to get the money from? From where exactly? Because I do not understand why at the same time you tell me that I'm going to go to hell, but you think my money is okay. I'm a black man from Nigeria, from Africa. I'm an Igbo man, and we deal with black tax all the fucking time. And the thing is that this black tax affects us in so many ways where you see a lot of us struggle and work hard to be able to solve problems for people that may not even care for you. I remember, I'm just going off on a tangent here, but just stay with me here because this is what religion causes. I remember a cousin of mine who I don't really have a relationship with like that. If I have met him, I'm not even sure, but he's related to me. All of a sudden, he's telling me that I need to give them money, that they want 3 million naira from me. In case if you don't understand, 3 million naira, I think would be about maybe 1,300 pounds. I'm not quite sure. But at the time when they asked me, maybe it was more than that actually, or 1,700 pounds, something like this. And they kept texting me. I archived their number because why are you bothering me? And then I told them about my sexuality. The way they reacted, they didn't even care about all of those things. All they care about is money. And one of my cousins, one time I posted a video and said that I'm going to invite them to my wedding, like, out of like making fun of the person that was really, really being homophobic to me and stuff. He was like, yeah, invite me. I don't, it doesn't matter, even though you're getting married to a man, just invite me because they want to leave Nigeria. The reason why I'm saying this is that as a gay person, they will not love you. They will tell you that you're going to go to hell. But you know what they do absolutely well is they will want your money and still condemn you to hell. And I get this all the time. And the one that is really, really making me laugh is people who come and say to me, oh, you're ugly, you're this, that I look hungry. I don't know how I look hungry. Maybe because of I'm not fat. I don't know. I don't know how they define rich people, but you know, Nigeria, once you are big with a pot belly and whatever, everybody will call you a big man. That's how they think. Okay. But the thing is that black tax will deal with you. And a lot of queer people that I know who live in this part of the world, I always say to them, do not overextend yourself trying to help family members who will not spit on you if you are on fire. And this is something that I have to learn. I have had to learn the hard way. This has affected me so much, black tax. The way some people that are related to me will claim that I haven't done anything for anybody in my family. Meanwhile, I am the one that is doing the most, but they say that I'm not doing anything because what they are trying to do is to gang up everybody against me because the fact that I'm a gay person means that I don't do anything right. Everything I do is wrong. So they want you to overcompensate all the fucking time. They want you to extend yourself all the fucking time. They want to literally suck you dry. And before you know what's happening, the same people that are sucking you dry will fucking send you to hell as well. My dear, I know that I'm not going to go to hell because that doesn't exist. But the truth of the matter is, I have done this work for myself where I've gotten to a point whereby either I give you or I don't. And I'm allowed to say no. Because why do I need to be stressing myself? Even today on the live stream, as I was saying, on the live stream today, all you get all the time, I have said to a lot of these people that I don't want children. I do not want a child. I don't want to be raising a child whereby I will be miserable, I will be angry, and my child comes to speak to me. I will scream at them. Or I won't be able to be selfless with my child. I want to be able to raise a well-rounded human being. And that is something that a lot of these people forget, that you just don't have children just to have children. I want to be a blessing to my child if I have a child. And I think that I cannot be a blessing to that child the way I would want to. And that is the reason why I don't want children. It doesn't have anything to do with my sexuality. Actually, growing up, excuse me. Actually, growing up, having children was never something I aspired to. I just don't know why. Maybe because I understood that I was gay, and this is something that I would never do, that I won't get married to a woman. But now I'm in a place whereby as a gay man, even in Nigeria, you can find a way to have children as a gay person. But even at that, I still do not want a child. And it's so shocking to me that some of these people will come and say, oh, are you not so age? Are you not old? You're too old to be gay. Are you not supposed to have children? What is too old to be gay? Because there are people in their 70s, 80s, 90s, 100 years old that are gay people. Homosexuality doesn't have anything to do with age. A lot of our people are so higgy and haggard and extremely wayward. Anyway, as I was saying, unlearning the fear you inherited, that you were forced to have. This fear you absorbed, you soaked them in. You did. And a lot of us are made to be fearful of disappointing our family. We are made to fear religious punishment, the fear of being too much. That's me. If you're a gay person, you are too much. The fear of being rejected. Because many of us didn't choose our anxieties, all the things we are anxious about, all of these things we did not choose. We inherited them. We are made to be fearful of all of these things. Oh, you are doing too much. You are talking too much. You are acting so gay. You are too loud. You are going to be punished by religion. A lot of these things is something that we have inherited, and we've taken them over time, and we've developed them so much that as a gay person, some of them that doesn't have anything to do with you, because they fear that God will punish you, that you're going to go to hell, that it is against our religion, then they will come to you and tell you that if you don't do this, God will punish you, that you should repent. Fear is something that is conditioned. Fear is conditioning. You are conditioned to be afraid, to be scared, to fear things. The thing is that either it teaches you something or it doesn't. That is why sometimes people see it as a powerful teacher. Because fear can make you either to propel yourself and do better, or it will make you not do anything, or it will make you do everything. And if you are told long enough, forever, that God is watching you, people are judging you, your identity is dangerous, your authenticity is shameful, your nervous system adapts. You become hyper aware. You scan rooms before you start to speak. You monitor your tone. You monitor how you do things. You adjust your body language. You shrink preemptively. That is not personality. That is conditioning. Because I have said this so many times that a lot of us are conditioned to live our lives a certain way. And we think it is okay. A lot of us are keeping up appearances. There are gay people who will not want to dress a certain way because they have been made to shrink, to adjust their body language, to monitor the way they speak, the way they do things and everything. Because of all of these things, they try as much as possible not to act gay. I do not understand what not acting gay means. What I do know is that I want to live my life. I went to Gyrotonic this week, and one of my man's friend went there. So I went to do like some of these things. I just tried to do something. And the girl was like, "Oh, are you going to make another appointment?" I was like, "No, I'm waiting for my boyfriend," because she didn't know I was gay. But she did not flinch. I said, "No, I want to confirm with my boyfriend to see if I just said my boyfriend, I didn't say my husband." Just like she got it straight away. The reason why I'm saying this is that I'm not shrinking myself. I'm not shrinking myself or making myself small for anybody. I am happy to hold hands with a man on the streets of Manchester, on the streets of New York, on the streets of London, on the streets of Berlin, on the streets of Barcelona, Madrid, Amsterdam, wherever. I am going to do it in Lagos, in a very safe place. I do not care. I am going to kiss a man anywhere because I am okay with who I am. I do not care. Of course, a lot of this conditioning happened to me as well, but I have worked on myself. And this is why it is important for you to do the same for yourself. Fear lives in our body. It just does not sit only in our thoughts. It lives inside of us. You know how it manifests? You get tight shoulders, shallow breathing. You are constantly alert. You have difficulty relaxing, especially for us queer Africans raised in religious or conservative environments. You do all of these things. I don't know if you've listened to an episode where I said that. Or have I said it? Actually, I can't remember. The first time I ever went to a gay sauna, I had one of the most weirdest situations. It was a mixture of panic attack. I don't know if I should call it that. A mixture of joy, a mixture of freedom, a mixture of like I'm somewhere where I can do whatever I want, and a mixture of fear at the same time. And that became too much. That's the best way to explain this. I wasn't scared. I wasn't shy. There was excitement at the same time, and it was too much. You know why? Because I was constantly living my life in somewhere where I have difficulty relaxing, constantly being on alert, always monitoring and scanning the room and doing all of these things. Because I was taught that visibility equals danger. That if people notices that I'm so and so, my life will be in danger. Here I am, there and was in a place where I can just be myself, and it became too much for me. And that is a lesson to be learned, that you can be yourself. And what happens that because of all of these things, I'm now in a safe place. My body didn't immediately believe it is safe for me. That is the best way for me to explain this. My body was just telling me, I don't think you're safe, but I was safe. I was having all of these things at the same time. Can you imagine when you are in a safe space, your body is still telling you that it is not safe because of all the things that has happened to us over time as queer people from Africa? My fucking goodness. I'm not gonna lie. I was saying this the other day. There's a particular person, about a few of them that I know that are queer people. And I look at them, I'm like, if I had the opportunity, I would be able to just like help you get out of where you are because it's horrible. And this whole thing is trauma. Trauma happens to us queer people in so many ways. And some of us will respond to it in so many ways as well. But the thing is that our journeys, despite the fact that we are all queer, we are all gay, lesbians, LGBTQIA+, our journeys are totally different. But at the same time, we experience the same amount of madness and higgy and haga and waywardness from people that are supposed to care for us, from society and every other good for nothing people around. I don't know if my intuition works, if it has anything to do with culture, if it has anything to do with how I was brought up. I do not know. But sometimes intuitively, you can tell that things are not right, or if things are right for you, or your instincts will tell you and things like this. I hope I'm making sense here. But the most important thing here is that every fear you have may be something you think is necessary. But the thing is that it's not every fear you have is wisdom. Because there's some fears we have that comes from within, that you be like, this is not something that is right. This place is scary. I need to go. I don't need to be here. That's wisdom. This thing is not the right thing. I'm afraid. I'm fearful of this. This is dangerous. This is not something we're supposed to do. Yada, yada, yada. That informs with wisdom. That is the best way I can explain this. But the thing is, some fear are inherited. And once you inherit this, it becomes part of you. And the thing is, you can have so many types of culture, so many types of fear. Cultural fear, for instance, says, do not challenge your elders. Do not question your doctrine. The doctrine. Don't step outside of the script. But your intuition, your personal intuition says to you, this does not feel right. I deserve better. I deserve more. I want freedom. Unlearning fear means learning the difference. Not every warning you have needs your obedience, needs you to obey it. Because some warnings are just Hige and Haga, and you just need to ignore them. Like them telling you that you should be scared of your religious leaders, that you should be scared of God, fear of God. Why do you have to fear God? If you have a child, do you want your child to be fearful of you or your child to be respectful of you and love you? Because this whole thing about fear, you see on some people's profile, I want a woman that has fear of God, a woman that is fearful of God. Fearful of God, a man that is fearful of God. What does that even mean? Because once you unlearn all of these things, you will understand the difference. And me, Charles Okeke, I am not fearful of majority of the things that I've mentioned here, that I must follow the script, that I must respect the elders, because stupid people get older. Some of you older people, relatives, family members, and whatever you are, you were young before and you were stupid. People who are stupid get older as well. There's this saying, beauty fades, stupid is forever. Someone that is stupid will become an adult. And sometimes they don't change, they become stupid adults. So why do you want me to respect you when you are just extremely wayward and wild? Why? There's a relative of mine I haven't spoken to for some time now. And the reason why I stopped speaking to them was that I always made the effort to communicate with them, to be in contact and whatever. And they never really reciprocate that much. And we were having conversations one time and he said to me, oh, it's the younger people who are supposed to be calling the elders. Mind you, this person lives in the Western world. And I said this, I was like, okay, I didn't say anything to him and that stuck with me. Are you okay? Are you fucking okay? So for me to reach out, it's always going to be me who will reach out. You're not supposed to check on me because you are older. Get away with that. And since then, I haven't really contacted them. And I don't think I will. Unless if they do contact me. But I'm never going to make any effort to contact them again. Because that is extremely stupid to me and crazy. That doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense. But that's the way they understood their situation. And that is for them to deal with. Because I do not fucking care. The number of my relatives I don't really care about that I don't want to speak to is a lot. They are a lot. Because a lot of these people, all they do is try to condemn you, and every time they bring God and religion and all of this nonsense. And it is mentally exhausting to be around things like this. It is. And I don't want to be doing that. I do not have the time for that nonsense. Staying afraid and fearful will cost you. It will cost you. It sometimes may even ruin how you do things or ruin your life or limits your life. When fear ruins your life, it limits your life. What it does is that it limits who you love, what you say, what you pursue, how visible you allow yourself to be. You will make yourself smaller to feel safe. And the thing is that long-term fears creates internal resentment. You start feeling trapped in a life you edited for approval. The thing is that is not peace. That is you containing yourself, containment. This is why I always say that I'm at peace with myself, because I am not going to feel trapped in my body. I am not going to police what I do, who I love, what I say, what I pursue, and all of these things, how visible I allow myself to be. I am going to be myself unapologetically, whether they like it or not. And that is the problem. Because once you start policing yourself like this, you become resentful. You start being at a place where you are not peaceful with yourself and things like this. Your unlearning is important. It can happen for us in so many ways when you have fear, but unlearning Unlearning fear is not something that is dramatic. It's not supposed to be dramatic. It is something that is slow. For me, it took me a long time to get here, but we are here. It's a process that is slow for you to unlearn. It's slow, but it's something that is achievable. And what it looks like is that you say one honest sentence at a time. You set at least one boundary. You question yourself. You seek therapy if that's something that you can afford. You try as much as possible to find a safe space, even if it's one safe space where you can be in community with people. And the reason why this is important is that our nervous system needs evidence that safety does exist. And you build trust with yourself gradually. Because being courageous doesn't mean that fear is no longer there. Courage is not absence of fear. The thing is that I look at myself. I am very courageous. I am confident. I am self assured. I believe in myself. Though there are times when things will happen, you'll be like, oh my God, am I sure? Am I sure? I believe in all of these things. But we as a people need to have autonomy. And I mean queer people. Every queer person listening to this, remember that you have autonomy. And if you think you don't, look for it. You have autonomy. You can make decisions for yourself. You can decide what you want to do, how you want to live your life, and things like this. You can decide all of these things. You can do things for yourself. When you begin on learning inherited fear, something inside of you will shift massively. You will begin to feel lighter. You will begin to feel amazing. What then starts to happen is that you stop living your life in anticipation of punishment. You stop performing acceptability. You start choosing based on alignment, not anxiety. And the thing is that for myself, I understood this. Those shifts happened within me quietly, but it was profound and massive. And that will be the same for you. The thing is that you will move from survival mode, so having authority, to being powerful, to being in control of your situation, of things, and all of these things. And then you begin to write your own narrative, your story, the way you want to live your life, the way you want things to be for you, and all of these things. Because a lot of the times, when we don't have autonomy, when we are scared of things and scared of ourselves, and we are fearful of all the things we were told, we will never be able to do things. We will always feel like there's danger somewhere, that, oh, we will not be able to step out here. If we do this, this will happen to us. But you are a human being. And you need to know this, that you have your autonomy and you have the power to do whatever you want to do. I feel like as queer people, I think autonomy is something that we need to have. Be it in a relationship, in friendships, in your family, and things like this. You have the right to self-govern, to make decisions, to do whatever you want to do, and still be part of a relationship and part of a friendship group and the family. And the thing is that as queer people, we are constantly made to think that we don't have any agency, we don't have any rights, we don't have any power, especially if you are from a society that is rigid like Africa, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, and places like this. You are a problem once you don't do what everyone expects you to do. And once you are like this, it becomes a massive problem for them. And I'm saying this to say that you need to understand that you are a whole ass human being. You have your brain, you have your mind, you have your hands, and you have your legs, and you have your mind and your faculties, and you should be able to use them and decide what you want to do for yourself whenever you want to do it. Absolutely. And the thing is, to anyone that is still afraid of anything, remember that you have autonomy. Remember that you can decide for yourself. Remember that you can get up and leave a situation if a situation is not serving you right. If you are still carrying any form of fear, that does not mean you are weak. It means you were trained well somehow. But the fear I am talking about here is the fear of sensing of danger of things that will be detriment and that will be detrimental to you, that will give you problems. Not fear of you thinking that you're going to go to hell if you are gay. You're going to go to hell if you are a lesbian. You're supposed to be scared of God. You're supposed to be this. That's not what we are talking about. I mean, when you have morals, you have everything that is required, and understanding that you're sensing something that is wrong here. I'm fearful of this and I need to go. That's what we're talking about. You are not obligated to be in confinement as a queer person. You can question whatever you are scared of. If you are scared of anything, you can question that thing. You have the right to question. If you think that this is dangerous for me and this is not good for me and this is wrong and I'm fearful of this, you have the right to question anything. And there's nothing wrong with that. You are not supposed to be scared. Question. I've always said this to a lot of queer people. You need to always question, ask questions, because a lot of you follow some religious leaders and some of your leaders, you follow them blindly without asking any questions at all. That is wrong. Learn to question things, and you can decide today that whatever fear you inherited stops right now. Because, my dear, mine stopped years ago. Let them stop right now. A lot of us may be shaped by fear, but the truth of the matter is that that does not have to define who you are. That does not have to rule your life. That does not have to determine how you proceed from here. That doesn't have to define you at all. Because the life on the other side of all of this nonsense, all of this inherited fear, inherited anxiety, and all of the troubles, it feels fucking lighter and light. It feels fucking amazing. It feels wonderful if you are able to get over that hurdle. It feels free. It feels refreshing. It feels amazing. And you are amazing. You are wonderful. You are fabulous. You are the light. That so-called God that they are always weaponizing against you created you. That God loves you. There is nothing wrong with you as a queer person, as an LGBTQIA plus individual. There is nothing wrong with you. You are divinely protected. You are amazing. And you need to understand this. Unlearning everything you've learned is a form of you being free. Unlearn all the nonsense you've learned over time that says to you that you are horrible, you are evil, you are a sinner. Unlearn all of those things because it is liberating. It is amazing. I have been Charles. You have been listening to Igbo Queer and Unfiltered podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining the movement for visibility, truth, and representation. We see you. You see me. We see us. We love us for real. Love is love. Let love always lead the way. Have a wonderful time. I will see you in the next episode.